Hello everyone and welcome to the Badminton Association of India YouTube channel. This is a live show for the day one action at the BWF World Championships New Delhi 2026. It is indeed day one now. I mean, after all the build up and excitement covering the lead up to the tournament, now we are here at the venue. The matches are already underway. This is me, Vinayak Mohan Rangan, and I'm joined here by Abhijit Kulkarni. Senior journalist and author, man who's seen a lot more badminton than most of Indian badminton fans have over the last few years. So valuable insights from him right through. And this video will take a chance to look at India matches on day one. Also discuss a few other things that are lined up. Thank you so much, Abhijit. Exciting day. We've been speaking about it for a long time now. It's finally here. Already a few matches down, and we've witnessed like close, a very good men's singles match that just ended between Yushi Tanaka and Weng Hong Yang. Very good first round match. What are your impressions of the action that we've seen so far?
Yeah, one of the most important thing that I noticed was yesterday during practice there was a lot of drift,
Right.
but today it seems that the drift is slightly lesser than what it was on the practice day. So in that sense, I think there are great conditions for the matches to be played, and that way I'm sure all players will be happy that the conditions are more ideal for their stroke play.
We'll know during the course of the day when we hear from the players on how the conditions are. So hopefully when we come back and discuss the end of day's play in the video, we'll have more information on how the conditions played out, whether it was to the players' expectations or not. Like I said, this video is to look at India's action today. 5 matches lined up for India on day one, starting with the men's doubles fixtures. Hariharan, Amsakarunan and M.R. Arjun. We spoke to them yesterday, Abhijit. The video is up on the Badminton Association of India YouTube channel as well. Seem very excited to be making their debut for different reasons, right? For Arjun at a different stage of his career to get a chance to play with a new partner. I mean, he's been with many partners before and now he's playing with Hari, and for them to come up to the ranks quickly after everything that they've gone through to come here. It's an exciting first match lined up.
Yeah, it's kind of a special occasion for Arjun. Like I have been following Arjun since his under 15 days. That time he was a partner. He used to partner with Ayush Shetty, and they went on to win even the nation under 17 gold medal. And since then, once Tan Kim Har came and he broke that partnership and moved Chirag with Satvik. Arjun was always struggling for partners. He played with Shlok, then he played with Dhruv Kapila. While Shlok left because he wanted to move to US, then Arjun had a series of injuries. And it looked like we were not sure, like an extremely talented player, somebody who is brilliant at the net, may not really get a chance to shine at the highest level. And then came along a partnership with Hariharan, and within a year, they have been making so much progress. They have some really good results as well. So in that sense, now yes, they are there. They have been playing quite well, and I think the World Championship at home would be an opportunity for them to now showcase that it's not just about Satvik Chirag. We are also there. Back us, and we will also get you some results.
They're playing an Irish pair and playing for the first time. On paper, a winnable fixture, but of course, tougher tests await them as we go along in the tournament. One of the main fixtures that we're looking forward to today is the women's doubles. The 2 women's doubles players in pairs in action today. Of course, first, let's speak about Teresa Joly and Gayatri Gopichan. They're taking on a Spanish pair in Lucia Rodriguez and Lopez. They played once before. Just what are your expectations and how are they shaping up? It's been a tough season for Teresa and Gayatri, right?
Yeah, it's been a tough season mostly because of injuries. Like whenever they have been fit and have played a couple of months regularly on the circuit, they have been playing well. They have been playing well in the sense that 2 All England semi-finals is not a small achievement for a doubles pair. But that is the challenge for them. They have been going through too many injuries. Like if this season, if you see, it has been a stop-start. I don't think they have played even 20 matches together in 6 to 7 months. So in that sense, I don't know whether they'll be a bit rusty going into a tournament. So that is the area that I am worried about when they play the first match. If they can find that rhythm, go all out. They are playing against a pair that they are slightly comfortable. They have beaten them before, and probably I think the Spanish pair won't know the conditions as good as these girls would be. So that is the thing that I want to see. If they can hit their strides here, then they have a decent draw. They can look at reaching the quarterfinals, and then probably one big upset can be a major thing.
And reaching quarterfinals could, I think, be the target, like ideal target for them, and then whatever else is a bonus, because they're drawn to play Gia Fan and her partner Gia Fan is one of the legends of the game. So that is a quarterfinal that's lined up for them, but one match at a time, as all these players say. So women's doubles, that is coming up slightly later in the evening. That is followed by the matches that I think everyone is waiting for today on day one. Of course, PV Sindhu is not scheduled to play a tough opponent. Sophia Noble from Ireland should be a winnable, it is a winnable game. But to see Sindhu live at home, World Championships, a lot of fans, I'm guessing, would be lining up for those moments later in the evening today.
Yes, I think Sindhu is a special star in Indian badminton. So everybody comes in to watch Sindhu. 5 world medals, like you said, including the only Indian to win a World Championship gold medal in 2019. Yes, there have been now from 2019 to 2025, she did not win a medal. So that is also probably playing on her mind. But in the last 2 months, she has been playing exceptionally well. She won that Japan Open title where she beat almost all the big names. Yes, Anse Young was not there, but that is the only player she hasn't beaten. But yes, I think we also spoke to her earlier.
Yeah.
I think we can hear her and then take it forward.
We'll hear her, I think, later in the show. We'll quickly go to the Ayush Shetty Shi Yu Qi match that we've been talking about quite regularly. But I think, now that the day is here, let's take a look at the head-to-head quickly. Something that Indian fans would like seeing on paper, at least 3-0 to Shi Yu Qi. That doesn't fill you with confidence right away. But as we were discussing yesterday, even with Trupti here on the show, that head-to-head might not matter too much when they both enter the field today. Shi Yu Qi, world number 1, obviously defending champion coming into this tournament. Ayush, like we discussed before, has that freedom sort of to go and show what he is capable of, right? Like, what is that? What do you think is lined up for that match that everyone has been talking about?
I think that is the match of the first day because nobody expected. From the Indian point of view, Ayush Shetty, who won that Asian Championship silver medalist, was one of the medal prospect along with Lakshya Sen. He playing the world champion and the top seed first up can be looked at both ways, but the national coach Gopichand also mentioned that it's better to play a player like Shi Yu Qi first up. When it comes to the head-to-head 3-0, I am not willing to read too much into it because for me a world championship, like yesterday Trupti was saying, that a world championship is a different stage and probably the world's top players have certain jitters initially because they need to get into the rhythm. Whereas Ayush can play freely. He has lost thrice to Shi Yu Qi. Even if he loses the 4th time, nobody is going to judge him for that.
Right.
But if he puts up a fight and puts Shi Yu Qi under pressure, then there is something that on the home turf, and I'm sure in the evening there will be enough fans coming in to support him. Right. Because we have seen people lining up even for practice, just lining up now. So I'm sure there will be a huge fan presence who will be noisy and would be supporting Indian players. So if Ayush can put Shi Yu Qi early in pressure, it could be a big day start for the World Championship.
Everything to gain, nothing to lose sort of situation for Ayush, I think. Just quick breakdown of that matchup. Shi Yu Qi is world number 1, Ayush is world number 22. This year, Shi Yu Qi has not had the cleanest of years, so to speak. I mean, he's had ups and downs, 22-6 win-loss record so far for him. Ayush, of course, has not, apart from the Asian Championships and Thomas Cup, he too has not had probably the year that he would have expected, but he's shown glimpses of what he's capable of, both at the Asian Championships and at Thomas Cup debut, that too, right? I mean, to play pretty well as men's singles number 1 at that tournament was pretty impressive from him. The previous matches, so the 3 matches that we talked about, Asia Championships finals, we'll take a look at the kind of scores to, maybe I know we're not reading too much into the head-to-head, but the scores do tell, at the Asian Championships, it was not much of a contest, right? We know that Ayush came into the final after a long sort of week where he probably played at a level that he hadn't before. So that took a lot out of him, and so he was not at his 100%, like physically, or at least in terms of the fuel that he had in the tank. So 21-8, 21-10 is probably not a fair reflection of the quality of the difference in quality of the two players. It's much closer than that. But the other two matches are pretty close, and that's what I think Coach Gopi Chand as well spoke about, right? I mean, playing early might get the best out of Ayush in that sense.
Yes, in both ways. One, playing early, Shi Yu Qi will be under pressure because it's a world championship, is defending the title. But more importantly, I won't read much in the Asian Championship final, because I think for a player like Ayush, playing his first Asian Championship final can be a nervy moment. Here, the nerves would be with Shi Yu Qi, should be with Shi Yu Qi, while Ayush can play freely. But in the Asian Championship final, playing against a top player, those top players are used to playing those kind of matches. But when you are playing for the first time, it gets slightly nervy. So in that sense, I will give that benefit of doubt to Ayush, that he couldn't be at his best during the Asian Championship final. But you spoke about Ayush having an up and down season apart from that. But then I remember the 2013 World Championship when Sindhu first won her bronze medal, and those were seasons where Sindhu also would actually come up and play well in the big tournaments and would have a like topsy-turvy year the whole. And I remember when Sindhu was going through that phase, and we were speaking to Gopi Chand about it, and he said players like Sindhu or anybody in their early stages, or especially who are tall players who need to get themselves settled, understand their movements and get their rhythm, they take some time. But the best part is if they can raise their bar when the major tournament comes, I think that is the key to their development also.
Right.
Because these big tournaments are going to establish them emotionally also, mentally also into these matches. And from a fan's perspective, I think I will be more than happy if Ayush can win the big titles and then has an up and down season
rest of the time. Yeah, it's also called peaking, right? I mean,
Yes.
that's the term that they use. You know, I mean, there are like badminton powerhouses who send players right to all the tournaments and right through the year, and they are expected to play at a level. That is one way to tackle things. Going to the Olympics and World Championships and Asian Games and winning medals there is another way to tackle things. That's peaking for the big tournaments, and players specifically prepare for that. Yeah, so Ayush is certainly in with a chance, is what we've all been talking about. It's not like a blowout against a world number one. It's not like it's not going to be a no contest, right? It's going to be a close enough contest between all these guys. Of course, we also have Kavipriya and Simran playing today after the Ayush Shi match. Just to let our viewers know, the first 12 matches on Court 1 and Court 2 will be live on Star Sports and Jio Hotstar. Star Sports on television and Jio Hotstar for streaming. So 12th match on Court 1 is Ayush Shetty versus Shi Yu Qi. So that's the last live match on TV for the day. So you'll be able to catch that along with Sindhu and Trisha Jali, as well as the men's doubles match featuring Hari and Arjun in the afternoon. All those 4 matches are on TV. Kavipriya and Simran's match is the 13th match on Court 1, so that won't be on TV, but that'll be streamed on YouTube as well. So all 5 Indian matches on Court 1. So we've spoken about the Indian matches. Kavipriya and Simran, brief word on them. Hopefully our viewers on the YouTube channel will get to see their story, which we had the chance to record yesterday. Really fun episode that we had the chance to speak to them. Seems like very chill characters, 2 of them, and great occasion for them to be making their debut today.
One, they are making the debut and making the debut at home. For somebody like Kavipriya, who was a singles player, moved to doubles only 1.5 years back after an injury, whereas Simran, who was a very good junior doubles player, won a junior nationals, was part of the world junior team twice, then hitting a plateau where nothing was working, then getting to a new partner, winning a first tournament they played abroad, Lagos International, without even practicing together.
Right.
So in that sense, that partnership has gelled. Yes, they haven't beaten any top players yet, but what I liked about them is they are enjoying themselves.
Right.
They are out there enjoying themselves and looking forward to playing. And I think at this stage of their career, that is the best thing for them to do. If they can figure out a couple of wins, and I think they are also playing a Spanish pair,
right.
and I feel that it's a winnable match. So in that sense, if they can start strong and then go from there, that would be a great thing for them personally and their career.
Right.
I'm not looking at them for many medals or something. Maybe it's a confidence boost for them because they are also part of India's Asian Games team.
Yeah.
So in that sense, a big tournament for them.
Yeah, and they're playing Nicole Carula and Carmen Maria Jimenez of Spain. So 2 India-Spain matches in women's doubles today. The Indians are ranked 42 in the world, and the Spanish pair is ranked 69. This will be the first meeting. So like you said, on paper it's a winnable fixture. Probably a little bit of unknown there, but yeah, even though the debut, if they're able to get out of the nerves, and that's what we spoke about yesterday, like even against good pairs, like they mentioned that, right? We've been getting close, but that win has proved elusive. So hopefully they'll be able to get into the second round where they're expected to play the Stoeva sisters. That should be a good match if that comes to pass. So those are the 5 matches lined up for India today. Before we sign off, Sindhu, we had Sindhu speak to the media yesterday. Seemed in a very confident mood. Spoke a lot about her past medals and what she's looking forward to this time and all that. Let's quickly hear from Sindhu before we come back and wrap up the show.
I think each win or each medal gave me a different kind of experience because, back then in 2013 I had, bronze, and then 2014 again bronze, and then so on, silver, and then gold. I think the transition had been in such a way that it was wonderful to, have that transition. But also there were a couple of amazing moments. Of course, one was, as you said, getting a medal itself is definitely an amazing moment. But apart from that, I think for me, where I've gotten much more stronger is when I lost the 2017 World Championships. I think after playing a very hard-fought match, I think 1 hour 50 minutes against Okuhara at the Glasgow, and I lost 20-20. So I think that itself, 21-19, I think that was very hard. I was very hard on myself because I was like, I was almost there, but I couldn't get that gold. It was just that matter of 1-2 points. And I think that made me much more stronger is what I felt. And there were times where I've lost, like even in the 2018 where I was leading and then I lost the first game and I lost the gold. So these are some of the moments which, especially at the World Championships, where that made me much more stronger and come back much more stronger.
So yeah, like we were discussing, we both seen Sindhu speak a lot to the media. She can tend to sometimes not like say a lot without saying too much, but yesterday I thought she was in a very good zone. That's probably true with what her form is right now as well. It seems to be a very confident sort of phase that she's entered. I especially liked how she saw her, like the medals from 13 to 19, how she learned from 2017, such a heartbreak that was, and I liked all that. And she also spoke in detail about her team and how she's been working on. What's your expectations, not expectations, but where do you see Sindhu right now in terms of, she seems to be in a good space, right? I mean, overall.
Yeah, so after the Paris Olympics, in a way, especially I think from the Glasgow Commonwealth, after an injury, she had been struggling. Birmingham. Right. She was been struggling because after that injury, I think a long break happened, and then there were changes in her coaching. Things were not working out. But ever since Irvan Shah has come in 1.5 years back, the whole approach again has changed. It's hard training and a lot of focus on aggressive play, which is Sindhu's strength. And that is what we have been seeing. So I think I have been speaking about it even before the Japan Open, that I'm liking the way Sindhu is shaping up.
Correct. Yeah.
And then suddenly at the Japan Open, the result came.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes time for the result to come, though you have started playing well. And the Japan Open result probably gave her that confidence that yes, she still belongs to that level and she can still win those big medals. And that confidence is showing in the way she's speaking, because otherwise Sindhu tends to give you a very, safe answers.
Correct. Yeah.
But yesterday she was willing to speak about her challenges, what she was looking and what is she looking forward to. So I think that change shows that she is confident about herself here.
Yeah, and that mental space is, it's all about the mental space, right? Just being confident. I really liked one particular line. people asked her what has changed since 2013, the first time she won a medal as a teenager. And then there was a question on what has not changed in Sindhu, and she didn't take time at all. She just said the hunger for winning, right?
Yes.
Quite a few people have, like even in my friend circles and all that, we've been speaking about that motivation, like the drive for Sindhu to keep going. She's won everything there is to win. I just want to let the viewers know about a mix zone interaction that we had with Ratchanok Internon yesterday during the media day. She came after her practice, spoke really well about her career, where she's at and all that. They've been good friends since 2013. Of course, 2013 is when Sindhu won the bronze and Ratchanok went on to win world championship, historic world championship for Thailand. And there was one interesting thing that she said about their friendship is like looking at her, like I think Internon said this, like, Sindhu has won everything there is to win, but she's still going. And that kind of tells me that I can do it too, right? I mean, she's won 2 Olympic medals, 5 world championships medals, but still she seems to be going. Internon, of course, wants that sort of 2nd world championships medal, a title. She wants that Olympic medal. So there is still something left to play for her. It's very nice to see that sort of them pushing each other at this stage in their careers. Quickly, Abhijit, last thing, any non-India matches looking forward to? We
so
are
I
just
think
seeing the scores.
yeah,
right
Wang
now,
Xin and BWF Zhang have started playing. Wang Xin is leading right now. But that is one match I wanted to see because it could be that if BWF Zhang can upset Wang Xin, then she could be a potential challenger for Sindhu.
Yeah.
The other matches again involves the Chinese, where Christy Gilmore, who won the European title after 5 losses in the final, is taking on Annue. So that is one match I am very keen to see. So those two matches today in women's singles. I just want to point out to our viewers that first India match could be around 12 with Hari, because the matches are finishing slightly earlier.
That is true.
So the first match could be around 12:15. So that is when the first match, doubles match is, and then we would have to wait for a couple of hours before the straight 4 India matches start.
Correct. Trisa Gayatri, followed by Sindhu, followed by Ayush, and then to finish with Kavipriya and Siman. So packed sort of evening coming up, a good starter or appetizer, so to speak, with Hariharan and Arjun. And if you have some time, if you have 20 minutes to spare, do go to the YouTube channel, BIA YouTube channel, and watch their stories. I really enjoyed listening to Arjun speak about his troubles with injuries, and there was that really funny story about Hariharan running around the court. I mean, if you watch the video, you'll know how Hariharan's like for running is like not exactly liked by his partner. Yeah, partners don't exactly enjoy his love for running. So yeah, lots of good stuff in that video as well. Thank you so much, Abhijit. This is something that we plan to do during the course of the tournament. Hopefully previews right through, and we'll come back later in the evening and wrap up the day's action as well. Today, of course, I think only one place to wrap up when we come back. That will be Ayush versus Shi Yu Qi. Let's see how that goes. A lot of expectations, a lot of sort of buzz going on. I'm just getting goosebumps as I speak about it. So hopefully a good game, and when we come back, let's see how that shaped up and more. And we'll look forward to tomorrow as well with more first round matches lined up. Thank you so much for joining us, and do tune in later in the day for a post day wrap up.